Hey, it's Landon Collins from Washington Redskins. You watching
MUT.
Frost? Stay frosty. Do your thing. Hell to the Redskins.
What's up, guys? It's the director and the Trumpetmonkey.
Happy birthday, director!
Wait. You know what? More importantly, Trumpetmonkey, May the 4th be with you and with all of you watching this episode of MUT Force.
May the 4th be with you as well, director. And we send out positive vibes and feels from planet Earth into the galaxy for Chewbacca as well, my friend.
Yeah. That it was a tough week with Chewbacca going down, and it was. I don't know if I've ever told you guys here on MUT Force, but in my past, I don't know if you guys can tell, we're big Star Wars fans, huge Star Wars fans. I used to troop in this army. We call it trooping, where you actually wear the suit and you go out and perform charity events. I would go out with like literally 50 other stormtroopers. We go to hospitals and visit kids and make a wish and all that kind of stuff. And in a couple of those instances, we got to sit down and have dinner with Peter Mayhew, who was Chewbacca in the Star Wars trilogy, and he's a really good guy, really good guy, and he's gonna be missed.
He is. Hugs for everybody, and he brought happiness. For me, he defined friendship and loyalty. Do you know what I mean? Like, his character was brilliant. The
character Chewbacca really drove the characters of a lot of future other films and stuff too. So he brought a lot to cinematic history and all that. But.
And I think it's great that you did charity work there, director. And as a Chargers fan, just like your team, I guess, like handing out wins.
It comes full circle.
I think that was really nice of you, man. There you go. But hey. Let me do the thing. Can I do the thing?
Let's do the thing. Let's roll on into this episode of MUT Force. Trumpetmonkey, what can we expect in this episode of MUT Force?
Tonight on MUT Force with the director and Trumpetmonkey, we overreact to everything Madden 20, and we talk about the 12 cards that came into Madden 19 this week. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, Trumpetmonkey. Yeah, as you hit the nail on the head. So Madden 19 is kind of on its decline very sharply right now. The content coming out is very small. We knew coming in last week that we weren't going to get a lot of content. So it's all Madden 20 from here on out. But there's some good saucy stuff coming out for Madden 20 that we're going to break down today.
Madden 20. It's all Madden 20. We're still going to be doing our thing every week. I mean, there's still going to be some fun content coming out. And like, I want to hit 99 overall. I'm having so much fun on the PC as well in Madden 19. And Madden 20 confirmed on PC for next year, where, bombshell, director, I will be playing exclusively.
Oh, so you taking the dive. You popped the question to the PC. You're good to go.
I am committing 100% my time and resources to Madden 20 and MUT 20 on the PC. It's just it's so fun, and I know we're gonna have like an episode coming out where I break down the pros and cons of PC Madden, and that's gonna be very interesting for everybody to consider. So
are you familiar with the religion of the Mormons? Do you know who the Mormons are?
Yes, I am. I have had them knock on my door a few times.
Okay, so that's my experience with Trumpetmonkey in the last couple of weeks. He's those Mormon guys that come knock on your door, preaching about Madden on PC every other week when you're trying to watch your football. You know what, Trumpetmonkey? I've got my religion. My religion is the Xbox. And although our gods may differ, they share the same message. But in all seriousness, I actually may give a PC Madden year a try, because Trumpetmonkey, what the benefits that you pitched to me seem pretty good coin-wise.
Hello, brother. The symbol of our religion is a V for victory. Because if you play Madden on PC, it's a win. I mean, immediately, the most important thing is you can play the bare minimum of weekend league games every week and net yourself 500,000 coins. So you can literally just play some head-to-head against lesser skilled opponents. There's some great players on PC, but smaller player base means you're more likely to get matched up against people with lesser skill than console, which means the games are just fun. They're still cheese, except you can still win like pretty easily. Imagine just playing a few hours of Madden every week, not even having to ever grind a solo if you don't want to. Some people like grinding solos, but like you don't have to, and getting 500,000 coins, man. Think about that. So like right now, I've really been playing for 3 months on PC, only weekend league, a few solos. The team's up to a 97. I got Kyler Murray under center, mate. He's unreal. He's so much fun. I've got everything I need on that team. I've even got beast mode maxed out to 99 overall.
All right. You've struck oil. You've struck oil to Trumpetmonkey. We'll give Madden on PC a shot. But before we get into
the biggest thing, very, very little lag on the PC as well. Because your PC is actually a lot better than your Xbox. I'm pointing at my Xbox down here. Don't worry, he's sleeping right now.
That's flex.
Yeah, he's a little more juicy. Like he's definitely juiced up. So there you go. But yeah, come on, Madden 20. Let's get into it.
Wait. I had one thing that I wanted to address before we dive straight into Madden 20 because we got a lot of stuff we want to go over. One bit of Madden 19 concern that people have, Trumpetmonkey, and I wanted to ask you this: Do you think we're getting golden tickets this? I've been seeing this all over my YouTube, all over social media. What do you think?
Ooh, I do. I can't see them not doing it. But I think it's going to be at least another week. I think that could be the next piece of content they roll out with, and I do think they're going to do Summer Blockbuster again as well, which is 99 at every position.
So you're thinking maybe promos like Positional Hero, MUT heroes and stuff like that. Those are probably in the rear view mirror.
Man, the big one that we were thinking about was motivators, but we even saw the pack animation for that, right? For MUT leaks a long time ago. But let that be kind of a lesson to all of us that it's a live service, what's known as a live service, okay, which means it's up, supposed to be anyway, 24/7, 365, okay, which means that sometimes, and it's a technology company, sometimes the methods that they use to actually manage a live service, and I know a little bit about this, means that you shift, you change direction. There might be promos that were originally built to come out at particular moments of the year, and then they scrap and they move into something else. So it's interesting.
So we can't necessarily bank on any of the leaks, and especially those animations we saw early year. And as far as Madden 19 is concerned, I know a lot of people are disappointed that we're not getting a lot of content, probably from here on out. But I think it's crazy to say this, in May the 4th. We probably just need to start looking towards Madden 20 and starting getting excited about that. Maybe what we're sacrificing in the end-year content for Madden 19 will make up for what we're getting in Madden 20.
Yeah, I think so. And but look, there's all of May, all of June, and about 3 weeks of July. So all told, roughly 11 weeks of kind of gameplay left. We'll see what happens, man. I'm pretty sure we're going to see golden tickets and Summer Blockbuster or some equivalent of that, so everybody can round out their 99 overall teams. Well,
I got to tell you this, Trumpetmonkey, if you guys are planning on rolling out with golden tickets this year, you got to make it quick. You got to start rolling out the golden tickets in packs soon, because I think it takes like a month to get those cards out, sometimes 3 weeks, and which means you're only going to have those golden tickets for 4 to 5 weeks max on your team. But if we do get golden tickets, last year, I don't know if you remember, I think the date was May 5th. I think it was Cinco de Mayo when they put the golden tickets in packs for the first time for people to start pulling for. So if you guys in the morning are watching this show airs half an hour before MDD does. Maybe get ready for some golden tickets in the game. You never know, man. Who knows? And you know something? They snuck it in last year as well. It came out of nowhere. The Madden Ultimate Team Twitter profile pic just changed, and everyone was like, ah! I mean, so they could spring it on you. It's not going to be this week, though. They said unless they're really like psyching us, I don't think there's going to be terribly much content for the rest of this week. Well, the J.J. Abrams effect doesn't really hit and not miss with the Madden community very often. Well, with that, guys, let's get into our weekly review. We're going to go over more Madden stuff as far as Madden 20 goes first, and then get into the cards later. All right, Trumpet Monkey, Madden 20 is upon us just in a couple,
Yes.
I mean, a few months, really. It's kind of crazy how fast Madden 19 went away. To some people, that's a good thing. To other people, they just can't wait. Superstar XFactor, there's a lot of stuff to go over here in Madden 20. I think the first thing that we did want to touch on is the pre-order stuff because it does have a lot of details pertaining to what we're going to be getting in the game. So let's take a look at that here real quick.
That's it. The pre-order. This is the stuff I get super excited about. And personally, so I always say this. Like, I'm very clear, guys. I am no money spent, and what I mean by that is I will never buy like a bundle in the game. Okay. However, what I will do is I will invest in the most epic pre-order edition available, which you could argue I'm actually spending extra dollars on the game before it even launches. That's fine, except for me that's like buying a special edition of a game that comes with a t-shirt or like a flip book or a statue or something like that. When I really love a game, that's what I do. I like to kind of collect. Everything here is digital, of course. I wish there was some kind of physical like figurine or something that you got with Madden as well, but it's all digital. And for me, I mean, I'd love to just start on like the most epic of the editions. If we can scroll down there just a tiny bit, Director.
Let's go over real quick too what you're getting in each one of these editions, especially for you guys that are watching or listening on iTunes. So there's 3 different editions of Madden that you can pre-order. There's the standard, there's the superstar, and then I think there is the ultimate superstar. So the standard pre-order regular Madden, which is probably going to run you around $60, is coming with the pre-order is coming with the unique legend superstar ability, and that's attached to Steve Young, Kurt Warner, John Elway, and Randall Cunningham, which I'm sure Trumpet Monkey 99% of Madden users are going to pick Randall Cunningham. It also comes with a select of 1 of 32 core elite players from your favorite NFL team and 5 gold team fantasy packs.
Yeah, and so like we're going to be getting into the XFactor abilities later on, right?
That's going to be a big part of Madden 20, guys.
Now that these are superstar abilities though, and the exact kind of distinction between those is still going to be decided upon. But what I love is that you can immediately you can have a look at the archetype of these quarterbacks right here and kind of begin to assess what is a superstar ability that's associated with each of these guys, And for me, I mean, like we've seen, and we're going to see it later on, the screenshot. We've seen the high-low, and for me, that feels like Steve Young. I got to tell you, come on, that high point, right?
Yeah.
The catch.
So moving into the Superstar Edition, so this is like your Tier 2, your Silver membership benefits coming in for Madden 20. What are we getting out of the Superstar Edition for Madden?
You're going to have to read it.
Oh, you can't see it. It's too tiny on the little screen down there in Latvia. So in your Superstar Edition, your Tier 2 edition of Madden 20, you're going to get 3-day early access, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to want. Start grinding out that Madden Ultimate Team on July 30th. Then you're going to get everything that was included with the last pre-order, but you're also going to get 12 Gold Team Fantasy Packs and 1 small Quick Sell pack as well. So that one, I think it's either, for most people, it's going to be the first tier or this tier. The Ultimate Superstar Edition, which is your Tier 3, comes with pretty much everything in Tier 2, but also includes 15 Fantasy Gold Packs, 1 Past and Present Elite Player Pack, 1 large Quick Sell Pack, and 1 Madden Championship Series Pack, whatever that means.
Nice. The Madden Championship Series Pack is going to be interesting. I get the feeling like that'll be like a unique jersey and maybe one of the sideline coaches, right? Because that's the bundle that's on the shop right now. Everyone knows what we're going to get out of the fantasy gold pack. That'll be fun though, because it'll have several rounds, at least 2 rounds to pick from, right? Yeah. And hopefully like a chance at pulling some elites. This is why it's great to get this like day one. Hopefully it's not potluck with the quick sell pack on the training, and you can actually it's standard, and you're going to get like 5,000 training, for example. That's going to be super useful day one as well, because there'll be like a bunch, more than likely, of legend solos day one, just like there was this year, and you're going to be able to like immediately get some elites just through training and powering them up there. I really love the fact you get to pick your your elite team player again. That'll be fun. So you can immediately kind of get one of your team players like locked in. But I like that current and past elite player pack as well. I'm super curious to see what that's going to be. But again, this is why I like to get this version. Straight away, your team gets a little bit beefy, and you can put your GM hat on and immediately start building like your ultimate team lineup and addressing positions of need, which I love. I love MUT in the first month. I freaking love it.
Yeah, MUT in the first month, and especially through, let's say, the Christmas promos, that's where MUT is at its best. Everyone's super excited about MUT. MUT's on the mind 24/7. When you're getting into the very first days of Madden 20, and we're going to be doing a lot of video coverage on this, guys, we're going to figure out what the best move is to do with your time in the first couple Maddens, because a lot of the times, if you can get a step up on the competition via coins, via solos, via rewards, you're going to have a lot easier time in the future than anybody else that has to start even 3 days later. So if you start with a really good quarterback, a couple of solid elites, that's good even for just like grinding out solos and stuff like that. It's not necessary.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you can go out there with like, let's say, a gold Lamar Jackson and be fine in solos and stuff like that. But I think we're all here. We're here on MUT Force because all of us here enjoy Madden Ultimate Team immensely. Yep. So I think it's okay to spoil yourself a little bit on the pre-orders and the special editions and stuff like that.
And question for you there, Director, right?
Yeah.
So I reckon Steve Young is going to have that high-low ability that we're going to touch on. I obviously think Randall Cunningham is a scrambler, okay? Yeah. Who do you think... Okay, so is Kurt Warner was known for his precision, and Elway had a cannon of an arm. What do you think? Are we thinking like precision passing, like tight windows for Kurt Warner, strong arm like ability, like cannon arm ability for Elway? Or man, Kurt Warner could sling it down the field as well. What do you think? If you had to attribute a superstar ability to Kurt Warner or John Elway, what is it?
Okay, so I think the story takes me back to a time in high school where everybody had their certain styles. It was very clean. It was very posh. I was that kid on the corner that was like, bruh, life ain't fair. I'm going to go take a walk alone in the ballpark and think and discover myself. I like to go outside the margins, think outside the box a little bit. This is very early projections. I don't think I'm going to go with Randall Cunningham. To me, I like a balanced quarterback of speed, accuracy, throw power. Steve Young will probably be my guy, but this also depends on how the mechanics of gameplay are going to work in Madden 20, because Madden 20 has already promised a lot of improvement in franchise, hopefully in gameplay as well. There's a couple of new quarterback mechanics that are being introduced as well. So if quarterback play is more important, let's say the pocket passer all of a sudden is brought back up to the same level as a scrambler because they've got better abilities. Like, let's say in this year's Madden, Lamar Jackson is just an all-around amazing quarterback. He can run, he can throw very accurately. He's pretty much perfect. In Madden 20, I think it would be great to penalize the scrambling quarterbacks a little bit. They're definitely going to miss throws. They're definitely not going to be able to hit, the throw power to beat the guy deep. So that will make you want to choose a guy like John Elway. That'll make you want to choose a guy like Kurt Warner. And if that's the case, I'm going accuracy over scrambling. 100%.
So maybe. I mean, if you think about it, we're going to have a screenshot in a second of what type of quarterback you are for the face of the franchise. You get to select, right? I tell you what, these four, maybe the superstar abilities fall under those. Because Steve Young is 100% like West Coast, okay? Yeah. Elway is 100% strong arm. Cunningham is kind of run and gun, right? Like scrambling, okay. And then what does that leave you with? Like field general?
Yeah, I was thinking Kurt Warner's more of a field general. So if you're taking a look at those abilities, it really does come down to the quarterback that you're rolling out in the field. Yeah. They all have special traits that make them different and unique in the NFL. So if they really nail that with these superstar abilities, I'm hoping it's not like 4 or 5 superstar abilities. I'm hoping there's like 8 or 9, 10, 15. Yeah. So it gives you a bit of a identity to every single one of these guys. So I don't know. As time goes on, we'll figure out which quarterback will be more useful in Madden Ultimate Team, but I'm really intrigued at them bringing individualism to each player. That's a huge win.
And the other thing to point out here, the 3-day early access, guys, what we've seen in the past, to get you even more pumped, okay? Last year, they brought out PC early access, like 3 days earlier than console? Mm-hmm. And normally what happens is the what 3 or 4 day early access that you get with Origin stacks on top of those other 3 days as well. So you literally get the game like a week before the rest of the world. So that's the other really good thing about pre-ordering.
That's definitely a huge perk. A lot of us in the Madden community, I don't know if it's frowned upon, but we definitely go in with that EA access on Xbox. I think it gives you like 7 to 10 days early access, something crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It stacks on the 3-day early access with.
But they only give you like 10 hours, which 10 hours is a lot of time. But we run through those really quick, and that it's funny that way. I'm sure you guys will be able to get to access that again in Madden 20. So there's your pre-order information that you guys have to know. I'm sure they'll give us more information as time goes on. They've literally only dropped a tidbit of information right now. Let's see if they've got that little schedule right here. Let's take a look at this. So on May 2nd, a couple of days ago, they dropped information on Face of the Franchise, QB1, and Franchise Mode. On the 9th, we're getting Superstar XFactor abilities. So we'll find
Thursday.
out. Yeah, we'll find out exactly what those are the next week. The week
Point
following,
of order.
Yeah.
Point of order, director. Guys, make sure even if you're asleep, right? Especially if you're in Europe, this is at like 3 a.m., right? Make sure you still have your Twitch on this stream, because the drops that are coming from these streams have a quick sell in them.
I've noticed that, yes.
Which is good. So there you go.
Some guys can probably get really, really lucky with those. On the 16th, mark your calendars. That's going to be a big day, especially for MUT Force. They're going to be going over Madden Ultimate Team specifically. And then the next week, they're going over gameplay, and the next week, Madden Mobile. So it's going to be a pretty big month finding out what's happening in Madden 20 and closing the door on Madden 19. Yeah. Now, let's get into what they talked a little bit about this past week in Franchise QB1, Trumpetmonkey.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, Franchise Mode QB1 coming into Madden 20. So a big request from the community has been a larger focus on Franchise. It's had its moments in the past couple of years where they improve on it just a little bit, but it's definitely been a sinking ship for the past couple of Maddens. Now, it seems that they're taking all the right steps in the correct direction to make improvements on it, starting with this QB1 program. Trumpetmonkey, what is QB1 going to entail in Madden 20?
So, it's going to be, I hope, like really, really fun. You're seeing the entire show flow right there. That's literally going to be your journey right there. So you get to create your quarterback, pick your college, you play in the football, the college football champos there, go to the combine, do some drills. I think, like, I can't wait to see, like, those drills. Because you and I have both spoken about a long time that, like, we want them to start putting in, like, mini games into promos, especially the Pro Bowl promo. Like, you and I have always wanted, like, those skills challenges in, like, as part of the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
The great news is, by the way, then you go through the draft, you play your season, you go to the Pro Bowl, hopefully win a Super Bowl. But the really, really cool thing is that as the game is loading in this year, Madden 20, as it's loading, you're going to be able to play in the Pro Bowl. So it's kind of cool. So, like, straight away, you're going to be able to, there you go. As it installs, you'll be able to access the Pro Bowl. That's something that other EA games have done. I know, like, on Star Wars Battlefront, for example, you could run around, like, a pretty basic map and play against bots. That's really, really dope. So I'm looking forward to that. In terms of, like, creating your quarterback, though, like, I'm personally going to be going for strong arm. Right? Like, I want that cannon of an arm, and I want to get that ability that we've heard about, which is like the cannon arm ability where you can throw the ball like 80 yards down the field. But I need help, director. First of all, I want to know what type of quarterback will you create? And then I also want to know which college are you going to pick?
Okay, so those are some big questions. Let's take a look here at this graphic really quick. This is what he's referring to. Here's a screenshot from the Madden Daily Drops. So you got the improviser, the strong arm, the field general, and the scrambler. In this journey
and apparently, by the way, my tough question face is, this is actually like me in real life, director. My tough question face is also my pooping face. So they.
Oh no, I've already know. I can see that. I picked that up right away. QB1 is going to be unique in the aspect that it's a very cinematic feeling mode of gameplay. So we've seen it in other sports games throughout the years, taking you through a personalized journey to becoming a star in the NFL. So to answer your question, Trumpetmonkey, one of the first phases that you go through is creating your quarterback. What kind of quarterback do I want to be? If I were a quarterback in the NFL, do I want to be the guy that's scrambling for yards? Do I want to be the guy that's a field general, the strong arm, an improviser? In strict terms of like telling a story that's genuine to my own personality, I think I'd be more of an improviser, quite honestly. I think that I will just find something and hopefully I will see the holes, in the defense to make it happen. I'll find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
If I'm telling a story that I want to tell, that's probably going to be what I go with in that mode. And that's a very important first step because who knows the repercussions later on. Have you played, name off a couple of RPGs that you've played in the past, Trumpetmonkey?
Like Lord of the Rings Online, but nothing that necessarily, like, you're dead right. Like, these decisions are going to impact what happens next, and there's going to be all these decision trees that kind of impact where you go as a player. But I love it as well. But for me, that's the thing. I'm thinking further. I'm thinking of my QB as a build and the abilities I'm going to unlock, and that's why I want strong arm. So I'm with you on the RPG thinking of it as well.
Well, when you're thinking about it too in the game, you have to always think about it as how it would affect in real life NFL as well. So when you're looking at NFL quarterback prospects, you're thinking of guys with the strong arm. You're thinking of the guys that improvise and win games. Those are the kind of guys you're looking for. So maybe in this scenario engine that they're implementing in Madden 20, this very first decision will determine if you get drafted at all and in which round.
Yeah, and for me, like, it's really interesting. Like I think field general is the way to go. I'm with you. If it were me personally, I'd be somewhere between an improviser and a field general. Like, I'm not relying on any of my physical abilities. Let's put it that way. I don't have a strong arm. I'm not going to be scrambling anywhere. I got to be smart and like thinking on my feet, basically. So that's there's a hybrid.
Did you play wide receiver back in the day? Was that what you played?
I played corner, wide receiver when I was like I tell you what, I started off a corner and I put on a lot of weight and I played O-line and then tight end and then lost a bunch of weight and went back to wide receiver. That was my story arc.
Yeah, I feel the same way. So I played linebacker, tight end, and tackle. So when you're getting into the mindset of a quarterback, it's a little bit hard, to pull yourself away from your natural position and say, okay, what would I do as a quarterback? And quite honestly, I have no idea. Like, I got to go deeper into myself as a human being to figure that out. But I think that's a really interesting prospect and how the game is going to work. Those scenarios. The reason I brought up RPGs is if you guys have ever played, Dragon Age or anything like that, this is where we get into the nerdy realm of Madden, which I'm super excited about. You've seen the RPG, decision-based gameplay take you to very different scenarios in the game. For instance, I just played a game called Detroit Become Human, where the entire prospect of that game was there's several different endings, and you can take whatever path you want, but there are consequences to every single decision you make. And that's what I want in Madden. If they have, not as vast as, let's say, Detroit, but, just a fraction of that, that could make for a really cool personalized experience in an NFL game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And hey, listen, shout out to Seabass. If Sebastian Janikowski can get drafted in the first round in real life, there's no reason why our created quarterbacks can't. Even if no matter who you choose, why we can't get drafted in the first round as well.
Let's touch on that a second. So congratulations to Sebastian Janikowski on a fantastic career. But one thing that people have been stating about QB1 is that some people are upset that you only get to play the QB1 mode as a quarterback. Obviously, it's called QB1, but there are guys that do want to play different positions. So you and I would probably choose, linebacker or wide receiver because, that's sort of a more personal journey for us. What do you think about quarterbacks being the main focus in Madden 20 going into this new gameplay mode?
I mean, as it says on the tin, like classically your QB, he touches the ball literally every single play unless you're running some crazy Wildcat package like on offense. Like he more than likely will be the face of your franchise. I'm okay with it. It's their first foray into like superstar mode here. So I'm actually okay with that. I'm sure they'll add other positions. Remember, they'll basically have like a short, medium, and long-term plan for rolling out the content as well in future Maddens. I'd be shocked if by the time we get to year 5 of this, we don't see O lineman as well, mate. I want an O lineman. I'm loving Quentin Nelson, man. I'm loving freaking when I play guard, that was the most fun I had in playing football.
Yeah,
definitely when I played
O line. Open up those windows for those running backs.
Oh,
you know
my
what?
God.
I
Amazing.
completely wholeheartedly agree with you. I think it was the right move for this Madden. Put as many resources into the position. I'm sure 90% of people play anyway in these sort of modes. Make it perfect, then roll out other positions as years go on. So I'm happy with it. I'm thinking if they can really nail it, I'm totally fine.
Director,
with it becoming just a quarterback game mode.
Mate, I need your help though. What bloody college do I select, and what impact is that going to have? Come on. I have no idea, guys. I do not follow. They're going to pick my hat, right?
Yep.
What college am I picking, mate? I don't follow college sports. I want to hear. Okay, so anyone who is a subscriber and a watcher of MUT Force, you know me by now. Okay, a little bit of a larrikin, a little bit of tomfoolery, definitely a nerd, a complete toolburger. What university would I be the best fit for? That's what I want to know. What do you think, director? You know me.
Okay, so where are we pegging? Where are we pegging Trumpetmonkey in the NCAA verse? Honestly. I think I see you more as an LSU guy, or either
really?
LSU or Oregon. I will give you the choice. Maybe, you know what? Oregon. Let's say Oregon. Trumpetmonkey is an Oregon.
Oh
style.
my God! Pause the show. I'll be right back.
Okay. That's beautiful. Who is that? Who you sporting number 24?
It's nobody. They're not allowed to put player names on the jersey. We didn't plan this either. We didn't plan this. I picked this up at the warehouse because it was such a nice looking jersey, right? The Ducks one. It's got the pattern on it. Look, the tags are still on it.
Does it say the year? Does it say the year that jersey was printed?
Hold up.
We can nail down who this guy is.
Officially licensed collegiate. Hold up. Apple green or OD men's game jersey large. $90. I didn't pay that for it. I paid like $4 for it. There you go.
If you guys can peg who this player is,
Ducks.
number 24 for the Oregon Ducks, let us know. That is a clean jersey. Show us the shoulders there. Show us the shoulders.
Quack. Here we go. Get a look at the shoulders right there.
That's gorgeous.
Look at that. I got the gloss on there and everything. Ooh.
That is clean. Okay, Trumpetmonkey, I think it's been decided.
There you go.
Trumpetmonkey, the Oregon Duck, rolling into the NFL.
The Flying V. Wrong Ducks. Okay, fair enough.
That's
that was awesome. Mate, you said Oregon. This is the only college jersey I own, I think.
It's the right one to own. I'm going to tell you that. Oregon's known for the cleanest jerseys in college football. So obviously Trumpetmonkey is you guys in this scenario. You're going to start off choosing your team. So it's Trumpetmonkey, an Oregon Duck, is going to be going in to his playoffs, trying to secure some combine clout, getting into the NFL. For me, college team. Can you guess which college team I'd be rolling out with Trumpetmonkey? Now it's your turn. Can you nail it?
There was this for a long time, I loved the Florida Gators. Though was the only team I knew about in all of university sports in America because of this awesome player called Jason Williams. Basketball player coming out of college that I really, really liked in the NBA back when I used to watch the NBA as a whippersnapper. That shows how old I am, right? Jason Williams. So Florida Gators, I actually have a couple of Gators t-shirts and things like that as well as a result. So, and you're making me think of the bit we put into the show from the other guys, right? Back up. And you're making me think you're Gator. Gator don't talk no shit. Gator don't play no shit.
Gators. Okay, to answer this question, I gotta go through a bit of story time here. Back in 2011, I had an opportunity to get some financial aid and a scholarship to one of these schools.
What?
I did. Unfortunately, the school I was going to, just the general living out there was much too expensive for me to afford, and I had to decline that offer. No. Can you guess, out of all of these schools, which would be the most expensive place to live?
The most expensive place to live? Oh, man, Miami is pretty expensive, right? No, wait. What's SC?
That would be USC, the University of Southern California.
USC, that's probably pretty expensive.
That was the one. I had an opportunity to attend USC at one point, the school in which George Lucas and Steven Spielberg attended for their film education, and that is the reason I wanted to go there. Unfortunately, it did not work out, but if I had gone, I wouldn't have met my wife, and then that whole storyline is one of those flashpoints in the DC universe. So it all worked out the way it needed to. But USC is definitely the school I'm going with. I went down to campus. I checked it out. Very, very excited. So I've been more of a USC guy since then on out. I'm from Utah. I do follow Utah and BYU, but USC out of these teams is definitely the one I'm going with. So you guys, now that we've selected our teams, let us know in the comment section below which team out of the selected ones available are you choosing to enter your Madden 20 QB1 journey with and take them into the playoffs.
And feel free, I mean, we picked our schools, but feel free to roast us as well. If you have something hilarious to say about one of these universities, you can culturally educate the monkey about what's bad about these schools, what's good about them, and why director and myself should be going. I'm going to slap you, birthday slap. There you go. Nice one. So there we go. That's what we're going to be doing. And,
okay, all right.
Listen, I hope to God that next year they do have a Pro Bowl promo, and that they also allow us to play some mini games. That's the big thing I want to kind of get into.
Yeah, that was fun. Cool. I kind of liked that at the what was it called, long shot mode. I was like, that reminds me a lot of what they do at the Pro Bowl. Let's do that, for Madden gameplay or for Ultimate Team. So
speculative question then before we move on to the next bit of content, right? Yeah. Speculative question. Though do you think this QB1 face of the franchise card, the same way they had long shot cards available in MUT, even though they were a bit crap, do you think we're going to be able to take our QB1 face of the franchise card and get something in MUT? We understand that abilities are going to be unlocked in MUT. I think they've confirmed that, right? So do we think that we're actually going to be able to see some content as a result of all this effort we put in here?
I was talking to one of my guys in the clan about this a couple days ago. There is a game mode, I don't know if it's in past NBA or current NBA, that where you were able to take a created player into the Ultimate Team mode. It may have even been FIFA or something like that too. I fully expect that to happen in Madden 20. It's not guaranteed, obviously, but that would be super, super dope. And in that case, I mean, what if I wanted to roll into QB1 and make Dan Fouts, for instance? That way I wouldn't have to wait for him to get a legend in the game. I can make Dan Fouts and take him into Ultimate Team.
I can make Ken Stabler, and we could get... I hope you can control who you get drafted by anyway, that's for sure. But
I've heard that it's all random. I think that you can choose if you're unhappy with which team you're drafted to, but I'm thinking, as far as I've heard, that you get drafted to a random team.
Okay. Interesting. All right,
before we wrap up that stuff, I did want to show you guys too, as part of this process, the customization of your player is a bit larger than we've ever seen as well. If you want that full immersion kind of experience, they do have the ability to your face creation or whatever in that. It's not as simple as it's been in past Maddens. So
I am 1,000,000% making Ken Stabler.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you can take him from QB1 into MUT, I think that's the move. If I could play it 3-4 times and get a couple of Chargers, legendary quarterbacks in there, Stan the Man and Dan Fouts and all that, I think that would be pretty cool. But you can go in there and fully customize, the facial features and make it look as close to you as possible. So from what I've seen and heard, it's going to be very, very customizable to the point where you can get it looking very close to what you want. So that's really, really cool. To close out the journey on the QB1, you go from hopefully winning your playoff games in college, getting drafted, or going through the combine in order to get drafted, and then proving your career through the NFL process.
Go, mate.
There.
And listen, it's going to be really good for you because after next season, mate, the Chargers will be picking first and the Raiders will be picking last. So I mean, it's going to be it's going to be solid, director.
This is the operation that the Raiders are going through right now, gathering all of the resources to go back in time, collect the Infinity Stones, and rewrite history. We'll see if that's a success or not. Go back and fix the Tuck rule. So that's our QB1. So some very, very exciting stuff going through there. Now, as far as franchise and stuff goes...
XFactor traits as well, though. So this is connected to this stream, but we want to kind of get speculative on the XFactor traits, which is pretty exciting. And we've only got one that we know about 100% for now.
That's right. That's right. Let's go take a look and see which one that is. We've got a screenshot right here.
There it is.
Right here.
Oh, right.
There we go.
Right here. Booyah!
So
Why did they
high,
call this guy-
low. So if you guys can see on the left side of your screen, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 abilities that we know of. I'm hoping that number like doubles in the future, but that's really cool. You've got the icons displaying a gift, a guy hanging off a cliff, a rocket, a radar, a crosshair, arrow and target, and an ace card. The only one we know of right now is the arrow target, which is called the high-low. Under that description, it says, when in the zone, perfect passing accuracy when using high-low throws, excluding under pressure. And this unlocks at 80 overall.
And just to explain, guys, in the zone, and shout out to Gutfox did a really good breakdown of what that's going to be as well. It's not the red zone, not the money zone, okay? Basically, in order to get in the zone as a player, it's a little bit like being on fire, like back in NBA Jam. You know what I mean? You have to make like X amount of throws in a row that specifically relate to that ability in order to then activate it. So it might be, we were talking pre-show, Direct, it might be like you have to complete 10 passes in a row. And then you're in the zone, bro. And then all of a sudden you get this attribute right here. What I love about it, though, I do think it's cool. It's moving more towards the RPG element that we're talking about. And, my love of an arcade version of MUT as well. Like, I would be all for an NFL Street, NBA Jam, NFL Blitz style game mode of MUT. But it isn't going to be that OP. But I do like that it's kind of leaning this way. You can see that except for under pressure, you are going to be able to kind of nerf the ability a little bit. But I also kind of like dig where they're going with this.
I think it's, I don't know, man. Like, it feels like when you're going into a franchise mode, every single quarterback has the special abilities in real life that make them different. So to be able to do that with your quarterback and then have them attached to quarterbacks that we already know is very cool. I wanted to ask you this, Trumpetmonkey. Let's speculate really quick on what we think these other abilities are, starting at the left side with the gift. There's a present right there. What do you think is the gift? That seems like a movie title right there. It's like, this quarterback has the gift.
So wait a second.
He shoot laser beams out of his eyes.
Laser beams. This was kind of like touched upon, I believe, already. Now, I think from a few different sources, so I can't exactly name one. But the whole idea is that this is an ability that influences everybody else on the team. So this was definitely speculated. So a Tom Brady kind of he's basically giving the gift of his presence and his ability to everybody else on the team to kind of make them play better. So I don't know
exactly. Gift of presence. I see.
That's it.
Very symbolic. The Oscar goes to.
I believe that's what that's going to be. So in other words, why is it that every single year, whoever the Patriots draft ends up being on the Pro Bowl? You know what I mean?
Yeah, in this case, the Super Bowl MVP. In who would have thought Julian Edelman? So that's really, really cool. What about the guy hanging off of the cliff there? What in the world could that mean?
The guy hanging off there. Are you sure that's what it is?
That's what it looks like. Either that or a giant freaking boomerang he's throwing at the camera. I can't quite. It looks like he's hanging off of a cliff. Now, in my opinion, maybe they go up to get it. I don't know. That's tough. You guys let us know. That one's one I don't have a peg on.
So if it's cliffhanger, then it's like maybe he's super clutch.
Yeah, maybe he's super clutch. That's a clutch ability. That's good. I like that.
I think that means he's maybe perfect in the final 2 minutes.
Yeah. The rocket ship, I have to assume, is speed. That's probably towards a scrambler kind of quarterback. Maybe that gives you a nice little acceleration boost.
But because this was, maybe. So let's. Who knows? We're not just disagreeing for the sake of television here.
God damn it, Trumpetmonkey! It's speed.
It could also be that rocket of an arm.
Give it all she's got.
But the Rocket Man was Randall Cunningham, and that was a combination of his cannon arm and his scrambling. That's interesting.
Okay. The radar, is that a field general kind of thing? Like what I didn't see which quarterbacks were attached to certain traits. What do you think? That almost looks exactly like the zone symbol we had in Madden 17.
Yeah, that's kind of like an interesting one now. Maybe that's like an identified ability, like
it could even be a speedometer. It might even be for speed. Who knows?
Yeah, that's an interesting. I mean, I feel like the crosshairs one is clearly going to be like accuracy into tight windows. So.
West Coast kind of thing. Then we got the high-low, the ace card. The ace card.
See, that for me as well. Like when I think of that, I think Ken Stabler. I think the snake. I think like the ace up the sleeve. Like maybe that's not necessarily that could be clutch, or that could literally just be like break sack or something like that, getting out of really bad situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like it. I'm very excited to see. We're going to find out this in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be really, really cool. And they're putting a huge emphasis on this X Factor. So you got let's explain the X Factor just a little bit here. I have a graphic to kind of explain this.
Yeah.
So there's going to be different tiers of Madden players coming out this year. You're going to have your normal, your stars, your superstars, and then your X Factor superstars.
Yep.
The way that they formatted it in this year's franchise, it's a lot like how we've seen in the past for MUT. So you see these the backgrounds of these guys. You've got your bronze, silver, gold, and elite.
Just explain to everybody, this is a screenshot from the franchise stream that happened on Thursday this week of the Chargers team. So there you go. I think they did that just for you, Director. But this is from franchise mode right here.
I could feel Farrell's breathing lightly on my neck. We had
creepy.
So you can see one guy on our offense with the X Factor super ability in Phillip Rivers. That's the elite colored red behind Phillip Rivers. So Phillip Rivers for sure is going to have that X Factor attached to him. Some people were complaining like me in the stream. I was like, why is Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Hunter Henry gold players? We have to throw that mentality out of the window. Gold and silver and all that kind of stuff, I think, is changing this year. But the gold in this instance means that they're superstars. The silver is stars, and then the bronze is more of your normal players. Okay, and that's what it's going to look like. And what do you think of that, Trumpetmonkey? I love the format.
I love it, and this is a great segue into like what we're going to talk about next, which is player ratings. But what I really, really dig is that what we're seeing here is a little bit of like the MUT verse making its way into the franchise verse. I think it's super smart. It's like because literally the vast majority of players in Madden are on Ultimate Team.
Mm-hmm.
And the hardcore players. And so taking that and putting it into franchise relatable, I really, really like it. Like let's be like brutally honest. The franchise, like normally the fan bases are split. You're either a MUT player or a franchise player, and the experience is completely alien.
Yeah.
When you go from playing MUT to playing franchise, it's like, eek. And I was originally a massive franchise player. Like I would be the guy who would play every game for 30 seasons. I would milk the living crap out of a 30-year. That was the max limit, by the way, back in like say.
Okay, I believe you, Trumpetmonkey. You liked franchise.
You could only go 30 seasons in. That's how many fake drafts they had. So like it was really, really hilarious. But I love it, man. I really like that. They've obviously blurred out the overalls there, but I'm kind of digging it. And yeah, I really, really like that kind of crossover between Ultimate Team and franchise.
I think that's a brilliant access of familiarity for that audience as well. Because again, I love franchise too, but the reason I moved away is because it's been so stale. This is getting me super, super hyped because it's adding familiarity from the game mode that I enjoy immensely more than franchise right now. So that's very, very cool. So keep that in mind. That's the tiers of what we're getting to as far as X Factor.
Let's keep this one up as we move into our next topic, which is the overall systems overhaul.
So this one's important. I'll actually move over. I'll move over to this site right here really, really quick. We'll go back to that graphic. Player ratings in Madden 20 to have a much bigger spread. Now, what does that mean? A lot of guys are going to be starting at an overall below 60. Now, that some people freak out at that, but at the same time, you have to take your mind off of past Maddens. This is not going to be Madden 19. It's not going to be anything before. I think this is very, very, very good for franchise and hopefully Madden Ultimate Team as well for the longevity of both game modes. Why is that?
This is not your dad's Madden.
No.
Okay. This is your Madden. I really, really dig it because for me, getting playing franchise mode lately, okay, and playing particularly Sim, which really for me reveals the massive, massive flaw in franchise.
Yes.
Is that like seemingly no matter how stacked a team you put together, you can just go like every single year like 3-13. You know, and so unless you take, obviously, if you play, I like to sim though. I don't like to play in franchise. So I really just want to be the GM. I don't want to be anywhere near the field. I just want to like put together the team, okay? And so what I love about here is the differential between like the subpar players and the amazing players, and hopefully how that translates onto the field. Like, so that we're clear, I fully expect that if you decide to line up a 55 overall offensive tackle against a 99 Von Miller, that Von Miller will destroy that tackle.
Absolutely. That's the way it needs to be.
Decimate.
And putting a bigger gap in the spread is exactly what will fix the differentiality between players. And we see that in MUT every single year.
Yeah.
Every wide receiver plays the same. Every cornerback plays the same.
Yep.
Once you hit those thresholds, you could run out with literally different people and get the same results. And that, I think, is what they're trying to move away from with this new spread in franchise mode. And we'll find out if Ultimate Team is the same way in a couple of weeks. But I am hoping and praying that's the case. If our starter silver squads are 50 overalls, that leaves you much more room to grow throughout the Madden season. So the biggest problem with Madden 19 that we're living in right now is the teams got stacked way too fast, and Madden kind of died out super early this year because of it. Everybody's got close to 99 overall squads right now because the overall started too high. Now, if we started with, let's say, an 80 overall Drew Brees, and you're like, whoa, 80 overall, that's too low. Well, if in Madden 20, it acts more of like an 88 overall, that leaves him a lot more room to grow and differentiate himself from other quarterbacks with what he can do.
I think we're going to see this transfer over, as you say, to MUT. So expect that fully. I think it's going to be great in franchise. I love the idea as well in franchise of like being able to actually win a Super Bowl with these bronze and silvers on your squad, as long as you identify like the key positions, you know. And that is the one thing that personally I feel as though is missing from franchise, and as it were as well, like in some cases also Ultimate Team this year. So like I'm really, really hoping beyond all hope that's going to be the case.
I was hoping that we grabbed we snagged a screenshot of it, but it looks like not. That takes you back to what your coaching scheme is going to be, who your coach is, what your identity is as a team. Because if you're running out there, let's say West Coast offense, you're going to want guys that are better, you know, in possession. You're going to want guys that are your quarterback to be good, you know, throwing completions, open windows, stuff like that. And if you can identify the players that you need to invest in early to fit that scheme, you'll have more success overall, where you can rely on, you know, more bronze and silvers at lesser important positions. And that's, I think, even more relevant to the defensive side of the ball. So that's really interesting. I'm very, very excited to see where this new format takes us to the future of franchise and maybe even the future of Madden Ultimate Team. Because ultimately, all of us kind of, a lot of people hate on it, but everybody wants a grind. Everybody wants to earn something deep down. And if you're starting lower, you have even higher to climb.
Exactly. And some meaningful actions and results over time as well. So I think that's the kind of key here. But definitely it's going to be exciting. And so like final thought, then that's our Madden 20 content, right? Final thought, director. Who is the one team that you absolutely don't want to get drafted by when you got your face of the franchise? I want to hear your absolute nightmare.
If I have to roll out and try and win games for the Broncos.
The Broncos?
I'll have a sick can next to my desk every episode, hoping I don't have to use it. I'll probably sabotage the team from the inside out and not care what happens the rest of the season. But yeah, that's the one team I definitely don't want to help and rep in that sense. What about you?
Yeah, Chiefs, definitely.
Chiefs,
I hate the Chiefs.
Yeah. Chiefs is definitely more of a new rivalry in the AFC West with the Chargers as well. But my God, I remember the days the Broncos were almost impossible to take down, and I did not like that. So that's as far as what we know in Madden 20 right now. There are some more notes you guys can check out on the Madden website. They've got some more detailed information on QB1, franchise, all that. Check that out. Definitely start taking a look and thinking about your pre-order. I would... Me personally, you've got time to pre-order. Just wait if you're unsure until we get more information via Madden Daily Drops, and just fairly solidify on what you're going to be doing that year. Because maybe there's a possibility that franchise mode is so improved that you might want to invest more time into that aspect of Madden as well. So figure out what you want out of your pre-order. Get all the information that you need. I'm sure me and Trumpetmonkey are going to be taking the route of the Ultimate Superstar Edition.
Go Ducks!
Go Ducks! That's a clean jersey. Now, to wrap up the show...
Flying V!
The Flying V. If we had a team for Latvia, that's probably what it would be called. To wrap up the show, let's go over a couple of these draft cards that we got this last week. We only got like 10 of them. The content in Madden 19 is really lacking right now. I'm sure we'll get something soon. Oh, my God.
And who picked these? Like,
who picked the overalls is my biggest concern. Like, I can live with not getting my Chargers second-round pick right now, but... I don't like the overalls. They're borderline useless unless you're a theme team.
I need the Raiders. We need our freaking defensive tackles, man.
You guys got three first-rounder cards. I think you'll live. The rest of us are hoping to get our second card in Ultimate Team via the draft. Let's just quickly go over these guys. Maybe there are implications on a theme team specifically, because that's really the only place they're going to have any merit.
Mac Wilson, a.k.a. the Gap model. Only good on a theme team, otherwise too slow.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset this wasn't Greedy Williams, to be quite honest. That he was a much higher, I think like a top 10 prospect that dropped into the second round for the Browns. Julian Love coming up next, cornerback, New York Giants. Again. Who cares?
Theme team only. Too short, too slow. Ratings too low. Yeah.
Cornerback team 5 right there, probably for the Giants theme team. Armani, there we go. 91 cornerback for the Lions.
Amani, is it an O or a D?
It's Oruware. Yeah, okay. Armani.
Oruware.
I kind of like this guy. If the Lions cornerbacks weren't so stacked already.
Amani Oruware.
Yeah, okay. Oruware. A 6'2 wide receiver or 6'2 cornerback, 92 speed. You can work with that.
Much better.
That's fine.
Much better. Much more serviceable.
Dramont Jones, defensive tackle, Broncos.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Team. Not terrible.
Yeah.
Pass rush.
Zach Allen coming in for the Cards. Left end, 77 speed.
Yeah. No, again, probably a little too slow when you can consider you get like left ends at 99 speed now. But not terrible. Good for a theme team.
Is it Jakai?
Love this one. Jakai Politi.
Politi.
Love this card. Secret budget beast card right here. 83 speed. Look at the high power and finesse move, which we've been in love with since the beginning of the game. Really, really like this card. Either blitzing out of a 3-4 or run him out of position.
Yeah, run him in.
Especially on like, if we're going like, if you're looking for a budget beast, man, you just got the game today. You can run this guy left outside linebacker, or you can throw him there at like left end as well.
I'd say left end is actually not a solid. It's a pretty good move with his attributes there. David Montgomery coming up next for the Bears, halfback. Interesting.
What is going on?
No.
88 speed. Like what is going on for real?
There's no way you could run this card. Maybe your third running back on the Bears.
Not even on the same team, you can't run this.
No, moving on.
I don't understand.
Damian Harris, halfback for the Patriots, running behind Sony Michel.
I already heard an NFL Network analyst say like that this guy is gonna like lead the Patriots in touchdowns this year, and it's probably true. It's like who knows how. You have to
remember a time before Sony Michel in order to understand that. Back in the day, especially if you played fantasy football, the Patriots halfbacks were really, really tough to draft because you did not know who was getting the touches at the goal line, ever. Yeah. Unless it was the LeGarrette Blount, like 4 or 5 years, you had no idea who was going to be getting those touchdowns. So
I only like this card on a theme team, and even then, meh.
Meh.
Little, yeah.
Irvin Smith Jr., tight end, 6'2", decent speed. I like this card. Look at the 80 run block.
Yeah, I like it a little
too.
bit more. Look at that run block, man. That's good. I like this a lot more. Theme team, really nice speed, really good run block. I dig this as well, like a true budget beast, man.
He may
like
be better than whatever Kyle Rudolph we have in the game right now. God, we need a brand new Kyle Rudolph for sure very soon.
Yeah.
Irv Smith, I like it. AJ Brown coming in for the Titans. I dig it. He's okay.
Yeah, relative cousin of Antonio, right? Yeah, again, just a little too slow. But they're not terrible stats though. Like the 91 catch in traffic, not terrible. But just at this stage of the game, maybe it helped the Titans team. Teams don't know enough about Titans wide receivers. Maybe it helped a little bit. I hope it did, guys.
They got that what? They got Corey Coleman. They got Randy Moss. Maybe it is. Maybe that was a need for the Titans theme team. Juan Thornhill.
Like it. Like the speed. I mean, it's not terrible at all. He's not gonna shake anybody out of their boots with 84 hit power. But I like the speed.
Who did the Chiefs have at free safety theme team this year?
Eric Berry was strong safety, right?
Yeah. Eric Berry's a strong safety. So maybe this was a position of need too for the Chiefs theme team. In which case, congratulations. That's not a bad card.
Not terrible at all, oh boy.
Elgton Jenkins, 6'4", right guard.
The comments in this one, I saw someone say like, "Yay, at last, like a right guard for the pack." The pack attacks are addressed like a position of need. Not too shabby. I mean, the stats aren't terrible.
What we think about linemen too. Like this is especially theme teams. You rolling out there with a silver like guard. I'm sure it's what they had before. That's an answer to prayers for the Packers theme team. This guy right here, I'm a huge fan of IRL. Take a look at that man's face, dude. He looks like he's maybe killed somebody. I don't know. Right tackle for the Buffalo Bills. Look at this, man. 96 run block pass or power, and then finesse at 94. This guy's kind of a beast.
Good. Two things. Let's open Elgton Jenkins and Kobe Ford. Let's look at their speed. Let's just take a deep dive on the speed on these two lads right here.
All right, let's start with the Packers right guard. We got speed, 69 speed.
Not bad on a theme team though. He's gonna have like what? 75.
Yeah,
that's not
theme
terrible.
team, he'll be fine. Theme team's pretty good, so I don't hate that.
Low lead block, so he's not a pulling guard.
We got a
right
Cody
tackle
Ford,
here.
72 speed.
Decent, not terrible.
Yeah. Theme team, you're looking at high 70s in speed. I like that, especially like for a run blocking left tackle or right tackle. That's pretty good.
Bulldozer stat. The bulldozer stat's high. You know, I love that one.
Yeah, that's great. Like it.
Big believer in the bulldozer.
We got Drew Lock coming in. If you guys want to throw away your John Elway.
We missed our right tackle, Mr. Juwan Taylor.
We did miss Juwan Taylor, the guy that
you wanted.
Man, I wanted this guy. Man, I wanted this guy. Look at this dude. So the pass blocking is pretty good. The run blocking is very, very good. Very, very similar to Cody Ford. Take a look at that.
Yeah.
Almost exactly the same.
Not terrible.
So everything we said about Cody Ford applies to Juwan Taylor. The guy should have been a first-round pick. So sometimes I think in Madden, they should ignore the fact that he was in the second round and give him a higher overall. Like he was graded in like the top 10, at some point. So that's kind of crazy. Drew Lock coming in, again, throwing away your John Elways if you wish. If I were a Broncos fan, I would be rolling out with Drew Lock just for the excitement of having a brand new quarterback. Because God knows I wouldn't want to be rolling out with Joe Flacco.
Throw under pressure, 84, throw and run, 78.
Yeah,
man.
but look, you're going to get into the lower 90s in speed on a theme team. I would take that all day. All day in Madden 19. Rocky Ya-Sin coming in for the Colts. Huge fan of this pick for the Colts IRL. And this is a good card for the theme team.
That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a good card. What do they have? They got Desir. So I think you roll him on the outside too. I wouldn't be too upset about that. Very, very nice card. And then Deebo Samuel, wide receiver. We've seen a couple of guys in the theme team posting pictures of this. 99 speed. He's just fine. He's great.
Caxter and his 49ers theme team. Really nice. Not too shabby. Maybe just a little short. I thought he was taller. Huh.
Yes, but he does hit the spin thresh, I think is what they were saying. He's got really nice spin as well. So that's a solid lineup right there. So that's all that we got for Madden Ultimate Team this week in Madden 19.
No, Ultimate Legends.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll get to that. Tuesday, there is rumor that we're going to see even more round 2 guys come into the game, and I think I'm getting a transmission here, Trumpetmonkey. Do we know? Do we know one of these guys? I think we do. Who's this? Who's this guy? Nasir Adderley That sounds like a stud. Out of Delaware.
Did you make this? Did you make this, director?
I can't
Is this
confirm
real?
or deny anything of it. Delaware free safety, guys. If you haven't seen the highlight reel of Nasir Adderley, holy mother of God, go watch it. I know I'm a Chargers fan. I'm hyping him up over what he's probably realistically going to perform like. He looks like Earl Thomas out there. I kid you, his playmaking ability is ridiculous. So Eric Weddle
looks like Earl Thomas out there.
He does.
Get one good safety who has a freakish rookie season and makes All Pro, and all of a sudden every safety in the Chargers looks like Earl Thomas out there. You got
no idea how hyped I am on Nasir Adderley. I love the Tillery pick, like in real life for the Chargers, but Nasir Adderley, he's that guy that I was hoping we would land in the first round, and to get him in the second round, good God. So Eric Weddle, I love you, brother, but if Nasir gets a card on Tuesday, you're hitting the bench, because this guy, he's rocking the team for the rest of, even if he's a 94 overall.
I like it. Let's see what happens. Okay, guys, it's Saturday morning. You guys are probably up early ripping packs for the brand new Ultimate Legends hitting the game, starting with this Ronnie Lott. Oh, let's go. I need this for my theme team to run him out of position at strong safety. That's what I need. So he's going to be my free.
He looks more like a strong safety via his attributes at this point.
Look at this card, man.
99 hit power, good Lord.
99 hit power, stock. Like he's going to have oh my God, he's going to be 99 speed. I love it as well. Like, man, he's just going to have so many good stats. Just a monster of a card.
You know, I ran Ronnie Lott for a little while. I even ran his cornerback card earlier in the game. He's pretty good. He has that. I don't know if he has full-on MUT force factor. He's pretty damn close. He's made some ridiculous plays. So running him at strong safety, I think, is the move, especially for your theme team. 99 hit power is going to help quite a bit in the run game as well. So very, very cool. Your Ronnie Lotts of the world. Next up, we got Terrell Davis. Woo! I'm not a Broncos fan, but I will never disrespect Terrell Davis, man. This is a nice card.
Mile high salute right there. Good one. A couple of solid legends here. So who we got? We haven't been right with any of our predictions. Who we got for our limited this week, man?
Looking into the future, the director sees a 6'9" towering left tackle in the game. Can you guess who that is, Trumpetmonkey?
Ogden. You think it's gonna be Ogden?
I think it might be Ogden. I think Ogden might make an appearance again. I think people have been, as far as tackles go, I think Ogden's your superstar. So I think he would be a cool limited edition to add. Who do you think's coming?
I still got a feeling like it's gonna be Hendricks. Wait, who was it last week?
Don't even remember.
Who was it?
Hang on.
We had Woody, T.O., and who? Woody, T.O., and who?
It was Shockey. It was Shockey.
So it's going to be defensive side of the ball. Shockey was such a meh card. I was like, oh, who cares?
Yeah, unless you're those Giants theme teams, he was kind of underwhelming. The run block is pretty damn good, though.
He's a great card. Don't get me wrong, an awesome player in real life too. But I feel, man, it could be Teddy Hendricks.
It could be Ted Hendricks. It could be, because you got Howie Long too needs a card, right?
Howie wasn't limited in his initial release, so
so he's gonna get.
They could double up. They could double up, but I feel like it's gonna. I don't think they'll.
It'll probably be like Aeneas Williams or something tomorrow, guys. Be ready for that, because I don't know. It's been kind of a rough week as far as content in Madden 19.
Full marks for pronunciation there, but those are two good legends today. Those are two fan favorites. I dig it, man.
Yeah. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Mud Force. We asked a lot of questions in this episode. Be sure to hit up the comments section. Let us know your guys' thoughts on Madden 20.
Overreaction, director.
Overreaction. I think it's going to be good, though. First impressions of Madden 20, Trumpetmonkey, what are you thinking?
It's going to be dope, bro.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I think, especially if you're a franchise guy, which I may shift to some franchise content next year, guys, for Madden 20, especially with the new cinematic narrative that they're putting into the game. We're probably going to be doing some videos on that side of Madden as well, because that seems really like it's heading in the right direction.
Oh yeah. Sorry about all my flying V.
He's just so flying V that should be the title of the episode.
Sport, right? Baseball's the flying V.
We should just name it Madden 20 Flying V, and we'll just get views on the curiosity of what the hell we're talking about.
Exactly. And everybody, hit happy birthday messages in the chat down there for this guy. Slap.
That's more than 27 slaps, Trumpet Monkey. That's the limit. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This has been the director and the Trumpet Monkey.
Bye.
We'll see you next time, guys. As always, stay frosty, and may the 4th be with you.
Always.
Last chance, 4th and long, finding the will to bolt up. Bundle up, cause you know we stay frosty. I take my frosty, chocolate, vanilla, or swirl. MUT Master, YouTuber, come on, let's give it a whirl. MUT, Madden, Twitch streamer, put the snowman to shame. Staying frosty's the only way we stay alive in this game. They're reffing the match, directors directing the game. Scared of my underdog team, you know them gods will be slain.